So I want to share my new workflow with everyone. This is based on a LinkedIn marketing campaign based on contact-based marketing and a bit of account-based marketing thrown in there as well. This is a new step up from the cold email workflow that I had previously posted on my feed. I'm not sure if you got a chance to look at that, but this you can see is a bit more complex, and I'm going to run through this really quickly for you to show you kind of each step really fast. And if you want a copy of this, by all means, just reach out and I should have something in my comments. So just to start off, you want to first kind of obviously determine your ICP, your offer, and this is where we're kind of using our tools like Apollo or whatever data tools you use like Clay, or if you use LinkedIn Navigator or whatever it is, right? For us, I recommend using Navigator to start because typically you want to build out lists that you're not connected to, right? And these will be your targets. Once you have targets, you're always looking for people that, like I said, you aren't connected to, so you can start a new connection campaign. You can also do a separate campaign with people that you are existing connected to. But for the sake and purposes of this example, we're going to go with a brand new connection campaign. Once you start sending out connection requests, you can have some messaging in that connection request, or you can try sending it blank, see which one tracks better for you. Then you get all the people that accepted those connections, right? So those people kind of become your pool that you're going to go after. And with this pool, you're going to start kind of going after them with a drip campaign, right? These will be your contacts. That drip campaign is going to resemble just kind of posts similar to this, or just messaging similar to this, right? Nothing too salesy. And that's one of the main things I focus on. You can see this guy said, thanks, I never respond to pitches, but this is just solicitation. I never use solicitation in my pitches when I connect with people, because it's like when you introduce yourself to someone for the first time, if you want to come out and just pitch it, that's the only thing that they think that you want to talk to them about, right? So really what the purpose of this campaign is to grow your network, and at the same time as you're growing your network, grow your prospect pools as well. Once people see what you do and once people understand a bit more of how you can maybe add value to what they do, right? So these drip campaigns should be running at all times, and basically from those you want to feed these into your landing page if the messaging works properly, right? That's the end goal of a drip campaign, is to send it to your landing page, and hopefully you have a good offer page. And that's something that a lot of companies do kind of miss the mark on, is not having a clear offer page for your campaign specifically, right? It's one thing to have your website, but you need a landing page that defines your offer, has your CTAs and your contact form. Once you start sending people here and they start filling out the form, that's when you get qualified leads. You can also, at the same time, simultaneously, before you even start your connection campaigns, I suggest you start creating top of funnel content. Top of funnel content looks like this, and it's basically just kind of messaging around, some of the pain points that some of your targets could be feeling, or some of the kind of worries or insecurities that they might have, and trying to tell how you can help them kind of overcome those, or how you have some ideas about that, right? That posting content to your feed will kind of surface more ICPs with that offer, and you want to send everybody basically to the landing page, similar to these connections that you connected to and sent a drip campaign to. So ideally, that's the flow. Now with this flow, there's a phase two with these contacts that we identify here. Phase two takes these contacts and you send it to Clay or Trigify, right? And that becomes your target pool. And on your target pool, you use, like I said, those tools and other monitoring tools to monitor for job postings, LinkedIn posts, keywords, monitor social media posts and engagements on TikTok or whatever else you want to use, Twitter or Blue Sky. And then you want to monitor for company news and announcements as well. Anything that's going to help surface any changes in the account that'll lead you to say, okay, this person maybe weren't interested at the time, but that doesn't mean that they weren't interested in the solution, just the timing wasn't right. So then that surfaces warm leads. And what you want to do with warm leads is you want to obviously start sending drip campaigns to them. Again, going back to your landing page. With this context, you can also start middle of funnel and bottom of funnel content. And what that looks like is the stuff that's a bit more on people, showing people, hey, this is kind of the tools that I use. And then you're going to surface people that are actually looking to actually take this on, right? So bottom of funnel content is stuff that actually converts at the end of that. So it's something like a case study or something that you can use. Now, delivering webinars as well is an excellent way to basically get more people
It's a
to
cool
get
workflow
involved,
that I
right?
want to spin up
So
and
this is
show
something that I do
anybody.
a lot of the times, and I think that you should do. That's from a webinar that I delivered, and that webinar will surface again more warm leads that you then want to start with drip campaigns, talk about your LinkedIn landing pages and stuff like that, right? So it's all part of a workflow process that starts surfacing new leads and then feeds those leads into your becomes contacts. Those contacts you don't want to aggressively pitch to, but you want to just time your engagements properly using these kind of tools to help you understand when is the best time, right? So that's basically kind of the purpose of these types of campaigns. And hopefully, if you want to learn more, I have the link to this actual workflow that I can share. And I will be planning to do a webinar series on this so I can dive into each one of these pieces and how to basically build up the landing pages and everything else. So if you're interested in that, by all means, let me know.